Oh yeah, it's your boy Live Wire, and I'm back in the motherfucking building, baby. Man, it's been a little bit. Damn, when was the last time? Friday. I was last on. I think it was Friday. Right? Yeah, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was Friday, but I'm back. What's up? So anyway, good things. Cuphead drops in 2 days. Also, Forza 7 drops in 2 days, and eagerly anticipating PUBG. So Xbox has a nice big spark at the end of the year. I just got a chance to play and beat the Halo Wars 2 DLC campaign. Awesome. Awesome. For those that have Halo Wars and enjoyed the RTS with Halo Wars, man, gotta pick that shit up. That shit was hot. For those that don't, just watch the video. Like, you might just be Halo fans, but you don't like RTSs. Just go to Halo followers. They have all the cutscenes. Now you're going to be missing some context because obviously in the game itself they have dialogue between the characters that you don't necessarily get from all the cutscenes, and it's not that many. I think it's either 3 or 4 cutscenes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's 4. But either way, can't wait. Can't not fucking wait until later on this evening, man, because I'm about to play some Halo Wars with Bone. I gotta get his ass through the campaign. K-Maker might join in with that shit, so I might, maybe Bone will actually put it up on his mixer and just and stream it. Who knows? But I can't wait, man. Shit's gonna be hot. You feel me? But anyway, man, I wanted to talk about, basically the phenomenon, which is Cuphead coming out. My bro just hit me up, was like, yo, I guess he saw the gameplay or whatever, was telling me that shit's fire, or maybe saw a review. I don't fucking know. But I know he's just telling me that Cuphead was fire. So I can't wait. I've been waiting for this game for a while anyway. So I'm already amped. Forza 7, know that I was already amped even before I got to play the demo. After the demo, I'm even more amped than I was before because that demo was fire. Straight fuego. Like, the shit is hot, man. The shit is hot in the streets right now for Xbox. PUBG's coming out soon. I'm going to say it. I believe that based on Cuphead, Forza, and PUBG are going to sell more copies of those 3 games than all of PS4's freaking exclusive lineup this year. I'm going to say it. I know it's a bold prediction. I know it sounds crazy because Horizon Zero Dawn is at whatever the fuck it's at. 4. Is it 4 million? 3 million? 3.5 million? I don't know. It's at 3. It's up there, right? But to be honest, that's really the only game. You got Neo hovering at 2. I think it was 1.8 to maybe 2.1, something like that. You got what's the other fucking game? The Pedal Simulator. Damn, what the fuck is that name again? Persona, that shit's up around 2 mil. Gravity Rush didn't sell shit. Yakuza didn't sell shit. Those shits are like sub. The fuck. It's always. Nah, I'll get it. They'll have to hit me back. But yeah, man. I just don't, PUBG, I think alone, that's just going to generate, the thing with PUBG is it has a huge buzz. Forza already had a big buzz and a big push with Forza Horizon 3, and that's Forza Horizon 3 still selling now. So Forza 7 is also going to get a big push from Forza 3 because people like me that played a shit ton of Forza 3 are really running out of shit to play in the game. I mean, you can still play the multiplayer, you know. But as far as like the races and the campaigns and stuff like that, there's really not much left for me to do. I pretty much did it all. I didn't 100% the game because I didn't go after all the little, what do you call them shits, the little collectibles and whatnot. I didn't do all that shit, but you know, for the most part, I'm 100. I got up. It was like 90% something crazy like that. You know, but the game is dope. Forza 7 is hot. You know, the driving mechanics hot. Can't wait. But more than likely, I'm not going to get Forza 7 at launch, and the reason being, I will be playing a shit ton of Cuphead. So once I'm done with Cuphead, then I'll actually hold up. You know, once I get off of here, I got to go check my Xbox rewards shit because I bought a lot of shit, so I might have some money in that motherfucker. Yeah, for those that don't know, if you buy games digitally online and have an Xbox rewards, you get money. Now you only get money. You have to be signed up for the rewards to get money from Xbox. Basically, what you do is you get, you know, every game you know buy, you get points, and then from those points you can go in and basically ask for a couple of things. It's like you can ask for Xbox money, you can ask for savings on other shit. They got like a whole bunch of other shit from Xbox stuff to like it's just some rando shit. Like if you want to go to Outback or something crazy like that. Like they just have a lot of other shit that you could put those points towards. But I usually just funnel that back into. Oh fuck! You know what? No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it with my put it into a game. I was thinking about doing it in the Xbox Live, but hell no, I'm gonna just wait until that shit on sale, and then I'm gonna use it that way. But yeah, man, can't wait. PUBG is gonna be the shit. That shit's going to knock it out of the park. I wouldn't be surprised if in the first 3 months of launching on Xbox that PUBG does 5 mil. If it does more than that, I'll be shocked. I mean, you know what? I don't know because it did like 10 and was it 3? I guess it did 10 and 3 itself on PC. So who knows? It might do the same. The only reason why I would be shocked if it does more than 5 and 3 is because it's not going to get a marketing push like that. Like I don't expect to see PUBG in TV commercials for Xbox. I just don't. So if it gets pushed on Xbox, it's going to be very much word of mouth. But Cuphead should sell a lot. One, it's cheap. It's only $20. I mean, you know, I just bought fucking the Halo Wars DLC was $20. You know, so that's not shit, you know, to pay for. And that shit was hot. Yo, telling you, Halo Wars DLC, the new one, that shit is the truth. I like what they did with that fucking DLC. They switched that shit up a lot, you know, like every aspect of every mission that you do feels different from other missions that you do in that mode. I was really impressed. Really impressed. What's going on, DJ Singh? But yeah, man, it's crazy, yo. It's Dave Johnson. It says Xbox exclusives this year: Halo Wars 2, Voodoo Vince, Phantom Dust for the first half, and Cuphead and PUBG to close out the year. Is it a bad lineup? Actually, better than PS4 2013 to 14. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I know some people say it's a bad lineup. Like, all right, Voodoo Vince, it's Voodoo Vince. You know, Phantom Dust, same thing. These are old games that got Phantom Dust just got brought to the Xbox One, and Voodoo Vince got, you know, semi remastered, but because it definitely wasn't remade, it was remastered for the Xbox One. So, and Halo Wars was dope, but it's great only for people that like either Halo or they like RTSs. And diehard RTS fans aren't necessarily a fan of Halo Wars because it does have certain limitations. It's like it's the Destiny version of RTSs. That's basically what it is. You know how Destiny is not a true MMO. It's kind of like the watered down version of MMO. But that's what Halo Wars is. It's like the slightly watered down version of an RTS. It's hardcore enough that, you know, it could provide a challenge for anybody who plays it, but it's casual enough that, you know, it's not super complicated or super intimidating for people that are non-RT or not familiar with RTS, that they just will avoid it altogether. Now the thing is, it's just, it really comes down to what you want. Like me personally, I like Halo Wars because I just like playing different types of games. You know, certainly like an action adventure game is great, but the thing is, you got to pay attention. You know, like if you're not really listening to the story, you kind of miss all of what's going on. In Halo Wars, you don't have to do that, especially with the multiplayer aspect of it. You just, you know, basically, I mean, after you play it a couple of times, you kind of know what you got to do in order to you know, win matches and stuff like that. So I could just, you know, cut it up with my boys on fucking Xbox Live, and I don't have to worry about hearing dialogue or missing something that tells me what I'm supposed to be doing in the next section of a game, which is fine. But games like, you know, like a Tomb Raider or Horizon Zero Dawn or some shit, you got to pay attention. Otherwise, you're gonna be running around for fucking hours trying to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do, and then realize they gave you an audio cue and you weren't listening because you were fucking laughing at some joke that fucking Flip Money made about, you know, talking about girls with used ass titties and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is, man. You know, like for me, I like it. I like it a lot. I enjoy it a lot. But when people tell me, oh well, guess what? Horizon Zero Dawn is better than Halo Wars. I'm like, that's fair because that's your opinion. But at the same time, you can't look, you know, sit there and tell me that and then expect me to agree with you because I was never a fan of Horizon Zero Dawn. Never a fan of it. From the jump when it was shown, I was never a fan of it because I thought from the jump, and like I've said millions of times, that the robot dinosaur concept is fucking retarded and I didn't like it. And people got mad and they yelled and, you know, you a fanboy. If it was on Xbox, I said again and again. Just because I said I didn't like it doesn't mean I said I wouldn't buy it. I never said I wouldn't buy it or try it or something like that. I just said I'm not a fan of it. See, there's a couple. Hold up, let me think. There's a couple of games I bought knowingly that there's a couple of games I bought, even though they're good and people raved about them, knowingly bought them, having trepidations about buying the game, right? Because I was like, I'm not a big fan of the play style of these games. And then getting them and playing them was reaffirmed that yes, I am still not a fan of the play style of these games, right? The Fallen, not a fan of it. Dark Souls, not a fan of it. Mortal Kombat, not a fan of it. I think Mortal Kombat looks amazing, you know, and I think that people that like playing it, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. But me personally, I don't like the fighting mechanics in that game. I much rather play Killer Instinct 100 times over, and then I rather play what's the other game that I don't own? Marvel vs. Capcom. I'd rather play that shit. I just don't like the fighting mechanics in Mortal Kombat. Now I don't know if Injustice is better, but I know I did prefer the first Injustice. I played the shit out of the first Injustice. But the only reason why I didn't get the second one is because I'm just not huge on fighting games like that, and I just felt it would be a waste. You know, I buy it, you know, I play the trials, and then that's it. I'm not really playing online. I'm not doing that shit because I'm just not that invested in trying to fucking learn characters enough to even try to get. I don't give a fuck. I just don't care about, you know, fighting games like that. You know, Dragon Balls looks interesting, but they got to figure out how to fix that fucking netcode before I even jump back into that. I don't know. It just has to spark my interest, you know. It sparked my interest in giving me some gameplay that I just like. Like, to me, Killer Instinct has always been great on gameplay. The issues over the years have been like, you know, it just looks dated because, you know, when Xbox first came out, the shit looked hot, but now it's starting to look dated. Now I know they get the 4K update and all that shit, and it'll probably look better, obviously, but yet and still, it's not going to look as good as if we had 4K textures. Now, crazy thing is, man, this is so much like Halo. We just heard that Halo's getting the 4K textures. I can't wait to go back into that, play Halo 5 some more. Obviously, Gear, yo, so many fucking games, you know. And Gears is, you know, those games are games that just keep on giving, man. They don't fucking die. Shit, you can play Halo 3 right now. Motherfuckers still playing that shit right now. That's how crazy it is, you know. Not to say that people don't play PlayStation games like The Last of Us at all. I'm sure they do, but at the same time, they're not playing in the same amount of numbers as they are with Xbox games. They just don't, you know. It's multiplayer-centric platform. It is what it is. PlayStation is more of that single-player lifestyle, you know. I know this guy, I forget what his name was, but I was saying that most PlayStation games don't have replayability, and he wants to argue me down. I'm like, well, most PlayStation games are single player, right? Okay. So after you beat it the first time, right? The first time you beat it, you go through it to beat it, right? Second time you beat it, you might be going to just relive the story again. Third time, more than likely, you're going in for the achievements, right? After that, what is the reason for you to go back? And I gave you 3 chances to go back to this game. I gave you the initial, I gave you the second, just to relive the story and enjoy it again because you liked it so much. Fine. Now I gave you the third. You go back in, now you're gonna get the achievements. Then any other reason you going back in the game is, you know, you just either don't have anything else to play, or you really enjoy the story, which is fine. Nobody's saying that you can't enjoy the story, but the thing is, that story is not going to change. It's a single player experience. Now you can go in there and you could, you know, instead of fighting, you know, flanking the enemy from the left, I'm gonna flank him for the right, or I'm gonna use this different super move versus, you know, this and that. All right, fine, whatever, if that's what you want to say. But the fact remains is it's a single player experience, and most games ain't The Witcher. All right, you know, when you got I'm trying to even remember what the fuck, like Uncharted. After you beat that a few times, there's really nothing else to beat. After you beat The Last of Us a few times, there's really nothing else to beat. And those games have a lot of walking in it, so you got to really like the fucking story for that, for those motherfuckers, because those walking sections are fucking long. Like, you know, because it's supposed to make the game immersive. Like that's cool when you're trying to make it immersive. The first run through, you're like, oh yeah, this is cool, immersive. Yeah, I never played this shit before. All right, okay, amping me up. But after you played that shit, this is your third go through, and you gotta walk through this motherfucker again. That shit is annoying as fucking hell. That you gotta go through that shit. It is. It's fucking annoying. But I digress. It says you got Quentin up in here. What do you find of the new Hive swap? Hive swap. I don't know what that is. That's Hive swap. Oh, you're talking about Gears. I didn't play it yet. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, right? Gears. Because I didn't play. I haven't played Gears. I know they got some DLC and shit, but I haven't been playing it. I've been playing Sleeping Dogs and Halo Wars and NBA 2K and fucking Madden. You know, 2K and Madden I bought most recently. Sleeping Dogs I bought like a year ago that I've been gradually chipping away at. Actually, I think I have finished. I think I finished a couple. I don't know if I'm almost done, but I feel like I'm close to being Sleeping Dogs. I feel like it. Um, I still got to beat Mad Max. That's just on the agenda. We'll see. We shall see. You got DJ saying, "Hey, live, I'm playing Halo 3 right now. Check out my feed. Just completed the game in Legendary. That's crazy. Legendary is a bitch on Halo. That should be hard in motherfucker. That should be feeling like damn Dark Souls. You gotta shoot at those motherfuckers forever. And they kill your ass dumb quick. Oh yeah. He said, don't forget Yakuza. I thought I mentioned Yakuza. I didn't mention Yakuza. I guess not. I don't know. But yeah, man, yo, like this year was, man, we had a lot of interesting. Like it started off with Scalebound being canceled, so that was fucked up. Just because I was anticipating the game. I mean, yeah, we all understand why it got canceled because motherfuckers couldn't get right with that shit. But hey, it is what it is. Maybe eventually we'll get fucking near, which is the reason why it got canceled. So who knows? You know, because I mean, this is my belief in it, man. I just think that they ran into some issues, you know, with the game. They ran into issues, and then they decided to, you know, run funding into, you know, the project that had the best potential of being complete, which is near, which is more up their alley anyway. You know, I always found it interesting on how they were going to try to do Scalebound anyway with the whole multiplayer aspect, because it didn't seem like it was going to be multiplayer throughout. It seemed like it was going to be multiplayer, kind of like Destiny. Like you kind of do your own thing, and then you come together in certain sections, and then you do your own thing again, like on some matchmaking type shit. But that, I mean, that was just my thoughts on it, bro. I don't know. It sucks, but hey, it is what it is. It happens. Um, but next year should be good, man. We got a lot of games coming out, man. Start off, I think Sea of Thieves comes first, and earlier, probably in February. Then we get what the fuck we get after that? Crackdown doesn't come until probably later, so probably get State of Decay in like April. The fuck else comes out? Then you got a bunch of indies, shit ton of indies. Mixed in with a couple of multiplats. See, the thing that was cool about, you know, the stretch of months without Xbox getting any real AAA exclusives is this is the first time in a while that I was able to just freely buy multiplats. Because the previous years, I got a lot of fucking exclusives, man. Which is why I didn't play games like Shadow of Mordor or Mad Max or what the fuck else did Sleeping Dogs when they were first released on Xbox, or damn, what the hell? There's a couple of shit. I still didn't play Metal Gear, even though I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, if I had more time, I'd probably invest in the playing it. But right now, I'm just like I'm not super compelled to play it, and I'm not really a huge fan of Metal Gear. To be honest, I'd rather play Splinter Cell Blacklist than Metal Gear Solid 5. That's just me. But I don't know. Maybe I'm on an island with that shit. But to me, I just like Splinter Cell better than Metal Gear. I always have. I haven't liked Metal Gear since the first one. But what else? But yeah, man, I'm just looking. All right, back to my original thing with the three titles. I think that Forza 7 is going to do big. And the reason being is I think there are going to be a lot of people buying the Xbox this holiday, um, that are going to get it for the racing games of Forza Horizon 3 and Forza 7, right? And both have you know great features and why you should buy both titles, right? Forza 7 has a completely different feel than Forza 3, right? Even though they're very similar, I mean, they're made by well, one's made by Playground, one's made by Turn 10. They're both within the kind of, same ecosystem. They use the same cars, run on the same engine, but obviously the game, Forza Horizon 3 plays more like an arcade game, whereas Forza 7 is more hardcore. But it feels so good to drive those cars that I can see people that might not normally be car enthusiasts wanting to play Forza 7. And I like the way they set it up, the championships, where everything is kind of plain in your face. Like you complete this, you complete this, you can, like, they set it up with, like, I think it's like 6 tiers of different trophy series that you can do. It's like, all right, complete this, complete this, complete this. Because some people just need more structure than just like what was happening is like you play Forza 6 and it's like you beat a section and then it opens. It's like you could play this, that, and it's like all these options to do it, and you're going. And sometimes that shit is a little intimidating because you're like, oh, I could play everything, but now it feels like I don't even know where to start. Whereas when you condense it and be like, all right, everything's still available. You do play it the same way as you did in Forza 6, but now we've structured it where if you want to just stay focused on one series until you complete it and then move on to the next, you can do it that way, which I think is high. Um, but yeah, man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's hard to say how many Forza will do because I'm trying to think. I think Forza 3 did like 3 mil by, I think it was January or was it February? One of the two. It's either January or February. It did about three mil by that time. Right? Which is pretty impressive for a card game, right? Especially on one platform because we know that people on PC don't really buy it as of yet for whatever reason. I don't know. We know PC people like talking about buying Xbox games. They like throwing shade at Xbox gamers that they can buy the Xbox games, but then when it comes down to it, they don't really buy the games, because if they did, the ratios would be heavily in their favor, you know. But hey, what do you want to say? Let's see. Dave Johnson, 2018, expect games, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, State of Decay, Halo 6, Horizon 3. Yeah, I'm assuming you're 4. I don't know if Halo 6 might. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But I do know that whatever Halo 6 is, its story is going to be fucking epic. Because the way they've been taking, the direction they've been taking, uh, Halo Wars 2 is insane. I'm telling you, like their character. I don't know who the fuck they got over there to start working on characters and shit, but this motherfucker needs a raise for real. Like the shit is like Atriox. Yo, the crazy thing is, I was like, yo, Atriox is a bad motherfucker, right? I'm like, and I still believe, I'm like, yo, Atriox is a bad motherfucker. This dude is true. But then in this new DLC, they introduced 2 new brutes that are brothers, right? I'm not gonna go into the whole spiel because you know I'm not gonna spoil anything. But I'm just saying the two new brutes, they're brothers, and the personalities of these motherfuckers is just like brother. Yo, they're just like you would think brothers would act, man. I'm not sure if they're twins or one's older than the other. I'm not sure, but I know, yo, the story is great. The story is fucking great, and it kind of reminds me of kind of the Shadow of War, not Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor type shit. I guess Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, with the whole. Not that you go in and you do the same shit. Obviously, you don't. But the thing is, it kind of, you know, they're these brothers trying to, you know, prove themselves to Atriox, not necessarily trying to knock them off like Shadow of War would, but trying to prove themselves by trying to kind of like, you know, go above and beyond the Call of Duty in order to try to, you know, prove that they're deserving of the next top tier spot, right? But sometimes doing so, you know, take bigger risks than you may necessarily need to, and then you know shit happens. But yo, the story was great. I'm telling you, for DLC, and the way they did it was great because it was like the story was good to the point as far as DLC, right? You wouldn't do a story like this DLC for a main campaign because it would be too small on scale, I would think. But just for like a side piece that doesn't really affect the overall story too much, I thought it was perfect. And you know, I was having a conversation with a couple of friends about it, and I was saying, you know, what do we do for the people that haven't played Halo Wars but are Halo fans that aren't familiar with Atriox and his followers? You know, how do they introduce them into this, you know, this new section of Halo that is emerging to become part of the main Halo story? Because obviously this is where they're gonna go. They would be fools not to take Halo, the Halo 6, in introducing Master Chief to Atriox and vice versa. They'd be fools. But yo, that's not even the crazy part. They went all out. Like there are so many fucking weapons. There are so many fucking vehicles. There are so many fucking bosses in this fucking game. That shit all needs to transfer to fucking Halo 6. Like I don't know, like I said before, I don't know who's making these decisions, but they are doing a fucking great job. Like the level of creativity is just expanding in front of us with all this Halo shit. Like they're just blowing it all up, man. And this is like, to you know, for the last couple of years, we kind of got like for Halo 4, even I would say even Halo 4 and Halo 5 are kind of like transition points in the story. They're all interconnected and they have all their purpose, you know, but they're all because to me, um, Halo 4 is a very personal story, obviously with Chief and Cortana, right? Then you have Halo 5 and Halo 5 where Cortana is already separated from Chief. She's fucked up and she's dealing with latency, and he's trying to save her, right? But then you're running into a threat that you don't really understand at the moment, which is becoming her. And then all of a sudden you run into Halo Wars 2 that still delves in that universe of what Cortana's dealing with. That's what I'm saying is multi-layered. You got this brute that's coming out of nowhere that's like, yo, I'm trying to become in charge of this motherfucker. And you still got Cortana out there just going fucking rogue, doing whatever the fuck she doing, Like I like the way they're layering the story. Like the shit is hot. And see, this is the type of shit that you're only going to see on fucking Xbox. That's what I'm saying. Like when people tell me about Destiny, and I'm like, look, Destiny is fine. I get it. It's cool for people that like it. But that shit is fucking boring to me. Like I can't get into Destiny because to me, Destiny is all about the fucking raids. It's not really about the story. I don't think anybody even gives a fuck about the story. I think people complained about it because they wanted more, and they got a little bit more of it with Destiny 2. But at the end of the day, that's not really why they're playing Destiny 2. They're playing it because they enjoy farming and doing the raids. That's it. That's the truth. Anybody who's playing Destiny ain't playing it solely for the story. So nobody could look at Destiny in the same light as Halo and be like, oh, they're the same. Hell no. Halo had an epic story. Destiny, we still don't really know what the fuck that is. It's still trying to figure shit out. You know, we already knew by Halo 2, the shit was already known what the fuck everything, you know, we're dealing with. Shit, I mean, they opened that shit wide up with Halo 2. You know, you're dealing with the Covenant, you know, and the High Priest and all that shit, man. This shit, yeah, shit, fucking epic. Like Destiny is not on that level yet. I know they're trying to be, but it's just not. I think it's not personal enough, you know. Unfortunately, I mean, it's just not. It's not personal enough. It's hard to be invested in characters that are just like, that aren't as like. I think Destiny wanted to kind of be a slap between. They tried to pivot themselves between Halo and fucking Mass Effect, and I think they have their audience, but like the people like myself that are like more Halo, or you like, or I like Halo and I like Mass Effect, but I don't really like Destiny because even though it's a hybrid, it just doesn't feel like there's something about it missing. It's the to me, it's the story that's really missing. Like it doesn't draw me in enough to really get me invested in it. I don't, you know, you know. And just I don't know. It's just I don't know, something about it, man. I just play Halo 2. Play Halo 2 on Xbox, and then play Destiny 2, and then tell me which fucking story is better. Shit, you can play Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4. Even Halo 5 has a better fucking story. People are more upset that fucking Locke is the focal point than the actual story. But you know, it is what it is. I think that was necessary in itself to introduce Team Osiris, because I think that with the Halo moving forward, I think that having the more team-based structure for the gameplay, one, people want to play with their friends, right? You just do. Most popular Gears of War 3, right? How many players could you play with Gears of War 3? 4. 4-man co-op. Why they took that shit out of Gears of War 4, I don't know. Granted, I guess the way they structured the story, but still, they could have at least they could have done, 3. But I don't know. Maybe they were like, oh no, well, the split screen and whatever the fuck. I don't know. But they should have had added at least one more person, man. They should have. But yeah, man, the direction that Halo's going in, I say big ups, man. They're doing big shit. The story was the biggest concern, right? That's what everybody complained about. We got Halo Wars 2, and a lot of people that complained about the fucking Halo 6 story completely glossed over everything that they're doing in Halo Wars 2, like that shit don't count. I don't understand that at all, because that story is going to carry over. There's no way it cannot. There's no way it cannot. Like I've said before, Microsoft would be fools not to interconnect Atriox. That motherfucker is number one. They never had anybody that badass, and like he is fucking bad ass. Like anybody who hasn't really done their research on Atriox, look at this motherfucker. He is badass. Like the thing about moving any franchise forward is you got to have your antagonist and your protagonist, right? You got to have both. But sometimes it's more important to have an interesting bad guy than it is to have an interesting protagonist. Because the thing is, you know, if you're not fighting anybody nobody cares about, like people want a bad guy that they can be like, I just can't stand this motherfucker. I don't even know if I even feel that way about Atriox per se, as far as not standing him, because the guy is he's a complex, like the character is complex. Like he's not one layer, like I'm bad and that's the way it is. Like he has reasons for why he became the way he is, you know. And I think, you know, that shit in itself is like, you know, he's a leader. He's all about, you know, controlling his you know, helping his people, but at the same time, he rules with iron fist. He ain't about the fucking games. And the motherfucker is a true G. You know, he ain't fucking around. These Destiny motherfuckers couldn't fuck with no fucking Atriox. He would kill all the motherfuckers. He's a goddamn beast. Talk about this dude could crush their fucking heads in his fucking hand. He ain't ready for that. He ain't ready for that. All that magic shit, whatever the warlocks, that shit not gonna matter. I'm telling you, man. Oh man, it's great. I can't wait. Can't wait. Halo 6. I hope it does happen. But is it gonna happen this year? I don't know. I just don't know. Only because I just think that I'm not sure if Microsoft is going to launch a lot of big games in the holidays no more. I really don't. I have no idea if they're going to do that shit anymore. I really don't. They might do a Halo 6. I don't know. It's just hard for me. Look, if we get it, cool. I would love it. But if we don't, I understand. But man, there's a lot of games coming out, man. Should we get an Anthem next year? Allegedly, we're getting Anthem next year. That's a big fucking game. And if done right, because what they have looks amazing. But if done right, that shit could be alternative game for people that aren't fans of Destiny. Because I'm not gonna go around and be one of those people that say it's a Destiny killer. I don't think it'll kill Destiny, because I think the people that like Destiny are going to continue to like Destiny. But I think that the people that don't like Destiny might look to Anthem and be like, oh, you can be the game that fills the void of what Destiny kind of does, even though I don't particularly care for everything of Destiny. Like, there's just certain things about Destiny just like I don't really care for. You know, maybe there's art style, maybe it's just, you know, certain campy elements of it. Maybe you just don't care for. You want more of a streamlined story that you can follow, you know. So I think that Anthem could fill that void for it, and EA was smart for thinking so, you know, because it's like, all right, you got this game Destiny, it's very polarizing, but at the same time, not everybody likes it. So this is what we're gonna do. Damn, we're gonna do my soda. Shit, I hope I did I drink that bitch. Fuck. I hope I ain't leave that shit on the counter, man. Now I got warm ass soda. Some bullshit. What up, Cyberman? What's going on? You say, let me see what you write. I'm crafting Eros right now. I think it will be done by Friday. Yes, crafting a warframe is 3 days. Wait, what's that? I don't even know. Is that Destiny shit? Bro, I don't know. Or are you talking about actual? Oh, you saying post Warframe versus Warframe stuff versus Destiny? Oh, you're talking about actual Warframe. Oh, okay. The game that can make it be playing this shit. You know, I haven't really gotten into Warframe. Um, I have it, but I just don't play it. Wait, do I have it? I might have played it for a little bit. Um, I don't know. I have to go back into it. I have to check it out. I just don't want to have to pay money, man. That's what I don't want to do. I ain't trying to pay no extra money. Play that shit, man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be great. It's going to be great, 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 great. Next couple of look, man. This is my advice to people, man. Don't let these motherfuckers that are hating on Xbox fucking wear your nerves. Don't pay attention to them motherfuckers at all. They full of shit, you know. And the reason why I say that is because of this. People be like, well, Xbox doesn't have exclusives. Well, motherfucker, if I'm playing multiplats right now, does it really matter? Like, look, right now, what did I just say? I was playing fucking Madden and I'm playing 2K. Those are two games right there in themselves that I could play right now pretty much the whole fucking year if I wanted to. And and which most sports fans do, right? And wouldn't even think twice about any other exclusive on their platform, right? They'd be like, what you playing? Oh, I'm playing 2K. What you playing tomorrow? I'm playing Madden. What you playing now? 2K? I'm playing Madden. And that's all they give a fuck about. And they buy it. They got 2017. I mean, what was it? 2018, and they're gonna get 2019 next year and do the same shit all over again. And they might go get a game here and there. Maybe they download the Forza demo. It's like, oh shit, this is kind of hot. And maybe they play that for a little bit, but they don't finish it. They just go right back to 2K and Madden. That's what people do, right? I mean, I understand we're in a minority of people that buy a lot of games. Like I have a lot of games. Like this year alone, I don't even know how many. I must have spent at least close to $1,000, if not more, on fucking video games. I might have spent that shit on just fucking indies alone. Because it feels like I buy indie like all the time. Shit, I bought the Culling. It wasn't that expensive. It was like $24. I haven't played that shit in a while. I recently bought something. The fuck did I buy? Oh, you know, no. I was thinking of something else. That was the year before. I was thinking of We Happy Few, and I'm not. And the only reason why I'm not playing that game right now is because it's about to come out later on next year. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just wait. Because the one thing that keeps me from playing a lot of the preview program games is because, so you know it feels like the end game isn't there. Like I feel like I'll be playing this. I'm not getting any achievements, and I feel like the end game isn't there. Like where's my progress going? Like when am I going to be done? Is it going to chime in later? I don't know. So to me, I don't know. That's the only thing that keeps me off of most preview program games. That's why I didn't get the Mouse Tales, I think it was called, because I was like, the game's not done. I'm gonna buy it, and then it's not complete, and then I'm just, like, I don't want to just be playing, and then feel like it's not gonna it's no end point, especially for a game like that where it's not really a multiplayer game. But games that are multiplayer like PUBG, like Ark, I can see why people get into that because it's more like playing with friends and doing shit like that. Like to me, think about this. Like to me, I wouldn't be surprised if you see in the future a game like, say, like State of Decay 3 come out and be kind of like PUBG, but not like in the sense of like 1 versus 100, but you just drop like 100 motherfuckers in one place with NPCs, and you basically go in there and you build your own community and you kind of rock that way, Like that should be crazy. Imagine that. Imagine State of Decay, some it's a huge online setting, 100 player servers. You can have people decide like how they're going to group. Either they can all band together in 100, or they could stay separate and form their own groups within that 100, trade amongst each other and have their own you know lives and shit like that. And each character will have their own unique personality based on how they chose that character, so that in the cloud they can choose like the emotions and different ways that each character may act and feel, right? And then if you want to have a mutiny, you feel like you're like, yo, fuck this guy. Every time he's running shit, but we're always running out of food. We're gonna exile this motherfucker. You might even execute his ass. Who knows? That should be hot. But that's where we're going. Like that's where I see State of Decay go. Like to me, because even if State of Decay State of Decay keeps its main formula, like its main co-op single player formula, right? Keeps it, right? But then it doesn't add on, right? Where they have it, where you have you have a multiplayer mode, similar to what GTA did. That would be insane, yo. Be insane. Well, let's see. Yo, y'all bugging in the fucking chat. What the fuck? Oh, fucking Andrew's up in here. That's why. This guy always saying some wild shit. Oh man, this should be crazy, man. Man, shit, cats be saying some wild shit, man. This shit, you know what? I'm used to it, man. I'm just used to it. Like motherfuckers say a lot of wild shit a lot of days. I mean, yo, cats be calling me a nigga like that shit is my last name and shit. I'm like, damn, homie, why you so angry? Like, how does it just be writing in the thing? Be like, we said, what? Said nigger PS4 and Xbox gamers moving to PC. It said you will never see 100 frames per second, fanboy. I'm just like, okay. I don't understand why you will worry about what I get to see or not. Like, yo, all right. Let's put it this way, man. I just went to the store. I went to Best Buy, right? Now they got mad TVs. I'm looking at the LG, right? And I think that's the one, the LG OLED 4K. That's the one I'm gonna settle on. I'm more than likely not gonna get it anytime soon unless I see it on a real good sale, and then I gotta have to fucking convince my wife that this is a buy, and more than likely I'm still gonna have to shell out at least $2,000 for this TV because I'm gonna have to get a warranty on the bitch, right? But there are other TVs that are more affordable, right? Like $400, $500 that I could very well buy today, right? And they all will determine the how good my experience is on my Xbox, right? So, like right now, I could keep the TV I have, right, and play the games I have, and they'll be fine. I won't have an issue with it. But if I go and get an LG today and bring it home, it's going to look better than what I was currently playing at the time. Even though I didn't upgrade my console, the game didn't get any upgrade. It's just that the screen that it's playing on produces a better image than the current one that I have. That's it. But I have to pay for it. It's going to cost $2,000, right? I don't see what the big deal is. You know, What do these the diehards will say about that? Well, if you go and build the TV yourself, motherfucker, I ain't building no goddamn TV. Well, listen, if you buy a monitor and sit real close, it's about the same. What? Motherfucker, I want to buy a TV. That's the thing I don't understand. It's like, look, if I'm here to buy a TV, why the fuck are y'all always trying to convince me to get something else? Like, I'm telling you what I want. I want a TV. Well, here's a monitor. I don't want a fucking monitor. I want a TV. I want an Xbox. Well, here, get a PC. I don't want a fucking PC. I want an Xbox. I want a console. I'm telling you what I want. This is what I want, right? I don't need to be convinced otherwise. I'm telling you exactly what I fucking want. You know, this is the issue I have with a lot of these PC guys. They're in the business of fucking trying to constantly tell people, well, this is what you should want. Like, no, motherfucker, I'm telling you what I already want. You know, I don't need the latest and greatest all the time. Would I love to have it? Sure. Sure, I would. I would love to have the best and biggest, brightest TV. Hell yeah. I would love to have, you know, a fucking console that outputs, you know, even higher than the PC if they could ever make it. Sure. But would I pay for it? Not likely. I'm not paying $1,000 for that shit. Because it comes at some point, it comes down to priorities, man. I mean, yeah, with somebody, the thing is, look, it's all about your personal budget. Everybody's is different. Some people have more than others. You know, for whatever reason, some people have kids, some people don't. You know, when you don't have kids, you don't have expenses, you get splurge on yourself more. It just comes with the territory. When you have kids, hey, you got to give shit up. You know. You know, unfortunately, that's the way it is. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do as parents. You know, so you can't buy every fucking video game. Now you got to pick and choose which ones you get. Now you got to worry about, you know, playing on a budget. You know, because you got kids to worry about. You got other priorities, you know, to focus on. So you can't just go out and just spend. As much as you may want to, those priorities kick in. You're just like, yo, I know I want to, but I don't know if I should. You see what I'm saying? Now, there's always if you have a will, there's always a way, right? Look, man, if you really want that console, like Sony said, hey, you can go out and get a job in order to afford it, you know? You know, you really want that TV, hey, you gotta bust your ass in order to get it, you know? So there's always a way to do it, but the thing is, when people try to put in these minds, oh well, you know, Xbox Live is $60, and you know, I'm not paying for that. I could do, but like, that's fine, dude. But the shit you worry about, I don't necessarily worry about. You know, it depends on the individual person, their finances, their situations. You know. Oh, he says, Cypher Man. He said these trolls. I ain't worried about them. Look, man, I troll the trolls. That's what I do. I get these guys riled up. I'm not gonna act like I don't. I go ham on them in Twitter. You know, I say wild shit. You know, that fucking gets them real pissed off. You know, by talking about them, saying you know, if you like JRPGs, you know, I question your sexuality, like shit like that. But it's all in fun and games, man. It's baiting. You know, sometimes I get on Twitter and I'll be honest about shit. Like, yo, I don't like this shit, blah, 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 blah. And people get mad about that shit. Sometimes I go on there and I just bait a motherfucker and just be like, yo, this shit is dog shit and this is why. And then motherfuckers will jump off the bridge and try to come after you like, ah. You know, it just, you know, it depends on how I'm feeling that day. And sometimes it depends on how much these motherfuckers is upset about something else. I don't know. You know, the thing I find funny is when people try to The thing I find funny is when people go in the whole attacking each people, specifically and personally. See, I never do that. I never jump on here and be like, this guy, whatever his fucking name tag or whatever the fuck is whatever and whatever. Like, I don't feel like I have to do that. I don't make videos about people. I don't feel I have to do that. Um, I don't want to research that shit because I don't care enough to do it. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, there's gonna always be some people that say shit you don't like, do shit you don't like. But I don't take that shit to heart, and I don't let that shit set my mood. If you ever feel yourself becoming overwhelmed by something somebody says, especially about something that's your hobby, you probably should take a step back. I'm not saying you can't be passionate about it, but if it's got you to a point of serious anger, you might want to chill. Now, I don't feel anything's wrong with being a fan of anything. I just think that people just fan of shit. Look, I'm a fan of Power. That's my show on Stars, even though I don't fucking pay for it. But still, I'm a fan of it, right? And if they took it off the air, I'd be disappointed. Now, would I write a letter to Stars and tell them how they ain't shit and blah, blah, blah? I don't know. I doubt it. But that doesn't mean I'm not a fan of it. And that doesn't mean I shouldn't be allowed to be a fan of it. No less than I should be allowed to be a fan of the New York Giants. Do I like everything they do? No. Do I complain about a lot of the shit they do? Yeah. I complain about that offensive line all the time, like many Giants fans do. Why? Because you're a fan of the team and you're a fan, because usually you're a fan of the team and you're a fan of what the team represents, right? Giants are a tri-state area team. Basically, people that are from New Jersey and New York are fans of the Giants. And the same thing goes for the Jets. People that are fans of the Jets are also from New Jersey and New York, right? Usually Buffalo fans are from upstate New York. I don't know too many people that are just like, I'm a fan, a New Jersey guy, but I'm a fan of the Buffalo Bills unless you was born in that area. But the thing is, man, it's like there's nothing wrong with being a fan of something as long as you keep it, in check. I mean, you shouldn't get too personal. I don't think you should be, harassing people and shit like that. Like if you're Eagles fan, I don't think you should be tweeting Odell Beckham like, wild bullshit all day and shit. That shit just sounds crazy. Like who would even have time to do that shit? Beckham, you suck. Beckham, you suck dick. Beckham, I bet you take dick in the butt. Like, why the fuck are you bothering this man all fucking day with bullshit? Like, yo, get a fucking life. Why? Because he fucking did some touchdown celebration you didn't like? Who gives a fuck? Shit is over and done with. You can comment on it just like everybody else did, but to be doing that shit for the next fucking week is like, come on now. Let's grow the fuck up. I mean, like me, man. When I said that persona caters to pedophiles, hey, man, people felt the way they did, but that was my comments, man. You can say what you say that day, that's fine, but still tweeting me weeks later, that shit is ridiculous. Come on, man, get a fucking life. Like, you might not agree with me, but that's what I feel. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Some people say that fucking people that like Halo are dog fuckers. So, I don't agree. Am I going to argue with that motherfucker? No, I don't give a shit. Because that's their opinion. If I think it's stupid, whatever. you know. But I don't have to. I don't feel the need to fucking harass somebody because of an opinion I don't agree with. I just don't give a shit. I mean, shit. There's a lot. Look, there's a lot of crazy shit that's said in console wars, man. There's a lot of crazy shit. You know, some warranted, some not. Some proven, some not. You know, but I always use the same rule all the time. If it doesn't apply, let that bitch fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. You know, I don't take none of this shit to heart. You know, I don't none of these crazy trolls that troll me, they don't fucking know me. You know, like motherfuckers want to argue with you, threaten to beat you up over video games. I just be like, really, bro? Because I don't like Horizon Zero Dawn. You want to punch me in my face and call me a fanboy? That shit sounds crazy, bro. But you're telling me I'm crazy, but you're the one ready to threaten me over my opinion about a game that I don't like. So the fuck what? Shit sounds stupid. Like it doesn't make any sense, man. It's a lot of shit people don't like. You gonna threaten people over that shit too? I don't like strawberries. What? You don't like strawberries, motherfucker? Nah, fuck that, man. I'm gonna beat your ass, motherfucker, until you do like strawberries. Yo, you heard what this motherfucker live said? He said fucking strawberries are for fucking weirdos that like playing with strawberry shortcakes. Oh, fuck that nigga. Like, yo, I don't understand why you would take that shit to heart anyway. That shit is just a crazy comment. But the fact that people do tells me that these motherfuckers really do feel that way. They really do. Like some of these dudes are very fucking questionable. You know, for the fact that, you know, you could say some sly comment about whatever and they'll just get real sensitive about it, you know. It just tells me that damn, I hit a nerve. I didn't even know that shit was there. I was just testing the fences, but damn, you know, it is what it is. That's why that's why that persona shit hit so hard with a lot of motherfuckers because they know that shit. They know that's kind of the perception with those group of individuals that they're strange, and you know, and they feel it's fucked up for me to say, but to be honest, it's not. You know, that shit is borderline. Like, listen, this is what to me. This is what how I feel about persona and a lot of the shit that goes on. This is at least from my perspective, right? To me, persona is like a motherfucker that's 24 years old that is always seen driving around the fucking high school looking for girls. Now, yeah, he might be only checking for seniors, and yeah, maybe they are 18. But the fact that he's driving around a fucking high school looking for seniors is very fucking borderline. Because it's like, yo, dog, you 24. You can't find girls your own age, like fucking just in regular life. Where the fuck what do you do? Where are you going? Like, why can't you find why are you hunting for women in high school when you're a 24-year-old? That shit seems crazy, yo. That's just the way I feel about it. I mean, some people just be like, oh well, you know, that's just like you're applying that to everybody. I'm not applying it to everybody. I said there are some, which there are, you know, but all these people with anime faces came jumping out at me talking about, well, are you saying I'm a pedo? I can't answer that question for you, sir, because I don't know what your thoughts are. But I'll tell you this. I wouldn't that's not a question I would ask somebody, me personally. Because if I don't believe that, why would I even fucking, entertain it in any shape, way, or form? I'm just being honest. I have friends that love fucking anime. Love it. Fucking love anime. Right? I would say the same shit to them too. Right? But they don't take that shit personal because they know there are freaky motherfuckers that like anime. Even though they also themselves like anime, they know there is an element within the anime community that are very fucking questionable. But the people that want to argue with me and get mad at me are individuals that are very sensitive to that fact. They know that element's out there. That's why they get on the defense and try to defend against my comments. But my question is why, when you know they exist? Instead of protecting them or hiding them, you know they're there. You've been in party chats with them. They've said wild shit. Go to Zobi's channel, Zobi70's channel. Listen to when he invites randos into his fucking party chat. Some of those motherfuckers are beyond questionable. Beyond it. When a motherfucker starts talking about he would like to have sex with a cartoon boy, that's when you got to be like, yo, how many other of you motherfuckers are there? And everybody knows Zobi loves anime, but even he has to be like, yo, some of you motherfuckers is crazy. Like beyond, y'all fucking weird. Even he recognizes it. So the fact that he recognizes it, Mr. Hardcore Anime, but all these fucking pussy ass motherfuckers that are super diehard Persona fans want to act like it don't exist is beyond me. It's fucking beyond me. Like I've said multiple times, it doesn't mean that everybody's a Persona fan, is a pedo, is a fucking weirdo, is whatever the fuck. No, of course not. But that element does exist. It does. And to act like it doesn't is just like you just turning a blind eye to it. It's there. Don't act like it's not, man. Look at the fucking Persona movie. The fucking how perverted that shit is on fucking Netflix. Shit is perverted, bro. Perverted. But people want to act like that shit ain't. I mean, look, man, it is what it is. Nobody's telling you to not like it. I'm just saying, let's not lie about it. That's like talking about football and be like, well, I'm gonna sit here and be like, yo, it's just a contact sport. It's not a violent sport. What? It is a violent sport, motherfucker. Motherfuckers is getting hit so hard that they fucking brains is getting rattled in their head and they fucking blow their brains out at the age of 45. Yeah, it's a violent fucking sport. Let's not act like it's not. I'm not saying you can't love it, but let's not act like there ain't shit that's wrong with it. That's all I'm saying, man. But yeah, man, it's just an interesting thing, man. Man, I don't know if y'all been watching this Colin Kaepernick shit. Well, not Colin Kaepernick shit, but all this NFL shit. This shit is ridiculous, man. To be honest, I hope they stop taking a knee, man. At this point, because I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, I don't even like why y'all like this isn't why it was started in the first place. Now it's like all fucking y'all just doing it to do it and shit because of Trump. Like fuck him. Like that's not the reason why y'all was supposed to be doing this shit in the first place. So now to do it in spite of him is just like the fuck is for what? They just need to come up with something else at this point, man. because now it's gotten diluted. People ran away with this protest as like the anti-America protest, like, you know, people that don't. Man, it's rough, man. This, I don't know. This is a conversation that I had last night, man. I'm saying, like, how do they fix this? How do they kind of move forward? Right? They need to get back to the issue uh, of police brutality. That's what the whole protest was for, right? And they also need to figure out how to, you know, how they move on from this protest, man. Because at this point, it's just perverted. Like it's not what it was supposed to be. And it kind of look like it makes a lot of people look hypocritical. And it just looks stupid, man. Now it just looks stupid. Like you got people like Ray Lewis kneeling. And that motherfucker was against it. Like it just looks crazy right now. You know, so to me, they just got to figure another way around it. I mean, I don't know. The thing with the whole protest is like people getting angry about it, but I'm like, people are supposed to get angry about protests. It's not supposed to be pleasant. Like protest has never been about people feeling comfortable. If it was, it wouldn't be a protest. It would just be a gathering of individuals at just a random location. You know, protest is supposed to make the public feel uncomfortable because it's supposed to bring awareness to an issue. That was the whole reason for it. That's why the knee was taken. It was to bring awareness to an issue. For the simple fact that people are saying that they shouldn't do it during the American flag, that's asinine. Because when would they do it? Like, what are you supposed to do it? Like you have the world's attention during the beginning of the NFL game, and they're trying to address an issue, right? That's been ignored for a long time. Like police brutality isn't something new. That's just been going on for a long motherfucking time. I mean, does it happen to black people more often? Yeah, sure. In percentages, maybe not in numbers. Like more white people are killed by cops because there's more white people, period, in America. But the percentages of black people that are harassed by cops are higher than that of the white population. That's the issue, right? I mean, shit. Look, man. I've had uncles that are cops that have told me that if they see a group of black boys in a shopping area, they would follow them the entire time to make sure that they're up to no good. Yet, their white counterparts, they wouldn't even fucking bother them. It's sad, but it's just the way shit is. It's sad, but and I'm talking about black people, black cops that would do that shit, not white ones. I think a lot of people get the shit fucked up, and they think when people say they're upset with the police, they think it's exclusively to white police officers, and that's not the case. It's all of them. It's all of them. Because a black cop will fuck you up just as quick as a white one. Shit, sometimes even worse. Just to prove that he's just as loyal to the badge as his white counterparts. You know, motherfuckers get maced for looking at the cop wrong, for asking the cop a question. Man, listen, cops slam people on the floor. Man, listen, they do all kinds of crazy shit. You know, and the thing is, if you don't have money, that's where you get really fucked up. Like a lot of times, these people say, "Oh, well, if you weren't committing crimes, you wouldn't, you know, the cops wouldn't fuck with you." Bullshit. Bullshit. Because if you don't have any money, you can't prove that you're not committing a crime. That's a fact. You can't prove it. Because when you don't have any money, you can't afford proper representation. Therefore, your ass is guilty anyway. Unless you've been studying law yourself. Unless you just happen to be, you know, you happen to gotten fucked up by a police officer, who wrongfully accuse you or press charges against you on some trumped up charges on some bullshit. But if you're not familiar with the law proceedings, oh man, your ass might be in jail for 2 years or take a plea for you might get you might avoid jail time but get community service and shit on your record, right? Which fucks you up in the because now you've been accused of doing something you didn't do, and you've been convicted of it. Now you took a plea, so now you don't necessarily serve jail time, but now your ass is fucked up because anytime you go for a job, now you got to say that, oh well, I am a convicted felon. Shit is fucked up, man. That's how they get a lot of motherfuckers in the system, and most of the time they go after young guys too. Like, look at their targets. It's always young black male. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Why? Because more than likely, especially in an impoverished neighborhood, most people can't afford proper representation. That's what the issue is, And the question is, well, why wouldn't they do this shit to white people as often? Well, some white people, they do it to. But notice where they do it to. Heavily white populated areas, right? There are no black people there. But you have so in certain areas where it's just a white population, you do have cops that harass white people. But guess what? These are poor white people, and basically they're the black people of their area. The only difference is once that motherfucker gets money in America, you're no longer looked at as poor white trash, right? Because that's the whole thing. All poor white, they're like, that's like some. I don't know who came. I guess white. I mean, I guess white people would come up with that term for other white people because they're poor. I don't know, fuck. But this, once you have come to a certain level of success as a minority or a person of color, you're still susceptible to police brutality because unfortunately people see your color first. Maybe Beyonce and fucking Jay-Z might not get tackled by the cops. Well, why? Well, they will walk around with a fucking legion of bodyguards all the time. So before the cops even get that close to even grab them, they realize, oh, these are their bodyguards, and they're probably going from here to over there. They might get pulled over, and their bodyguard might be yelled at. But look, if you got a chauffeur, you're not driving. Jay-Z probably hasn't driven in years. In fucking years. I don't even know if Jay-Z still remembers how to drive. Why it's safer for him not to fucking drive? Right? Because Lord knows, Jay-Z, being a black man, rich, family's worth billions, or at least $1 billion, right? They would make there are certain cops out there will make a fucking example out of his ass if given the opportunity, right? If his ass drove. Oh, yeah. If his ass drove, oh, man, you got Jay-Z? What? Him and that motherfucker up on the car, and there's no camera? What? Put a gun right to his face, tell him, like, I could smoke you right here, nigga. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Call him all kinds of bitch-ass motherfuckers and all that shit, and be like, you lucky that I ain't feeling like smoking a nigga today. And then fucking slam your ass on the car and then fucking walk off. It'd be some bullshit like that. You'd be like, yo, what the fuck? But they be doing shit like that. Don't write the shit up. It's called checking. They just come through checking motherfuckers. And that shit be to like doctors, lawyers. You be like, yo, you driving a Benz? Oh, he think he hot shit? All right, pull this motherfucker over. Just harass him. Be like, damn, what the fuck? You ain't got to be swerving. You ain't got to be wearing hood gear. You could be in a fucking suit dressed to go to a fucking cocktail dinner, talking about yes sir, no sir, talk real nasal. Yes, Miss Officer. No, I didn't. You know what, sir? I'm absolutely wrong. You are correct, nigga. You giving me lip? No, sir. No. I made a mistake, and I'll take whatever you give to me. No, fuck that shit. Get out the car. Be like, oh shit. Like, but sir, I'm not. You be like, no, fuck that. Give me. He was like, where your license at? Be like, oh man. But yo, motherfuckers be doing that shit. They don't write that shit up. They harass, slam your ass on the car, look at your wallet, and then throw it. And then they usually throw that shit on the floor. Sometimes they're nice and throw it on the hood, but usually they just throw it on the floor, and then be like, "Have a nice day," and walk the fuck off. Be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And that's like that. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but we just call it check-ins. Like they just trying to make sure, oh, it ain't sweet out here. But and that's for dudes with money. Motherfuckers that ain't got money. See a nigga like that. Understand this. A dude with money, if he gets arrested for some shit like that, he can always take it to court. What they'll do, they just won't show up. And then the charges will be dropped, right? But a dude without money, the prosecutor will already know, all right, this kid ain't got money. We're gonna fucking get him. Right? Or automatically get him. Because they're automatically gonna go by what the cop says. Automatically. Right? So the cops show up, said this kid, it'll be his word versus his. And more than likely, the kid's not gonna have no fucking nothing to back it up. He don't have proper representation to really even fucking research the situation. He's fucking stuck, man. It sucks. I mean, it does. It sucks, but now you're going to jail for the next 5 years. Just getting pulled over, you might have got, you might. I mean, either some people get pulled over, some people they do a random sweep, just a bunch of kids, and some kids do have weed on them, some don't. And now I'm not saying all cops do that shit because that's not true. Because there are cops out there that a kid have a fucking bag on his ass, and he'll walk up to him and be like, "Yo, you ain't supposed to be doing this shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Be like, "Yeah, I know." Be like, "Nah, don't let me catch you out here." And they'll tell you. They will tell you. They'll be like, "Yo, you lucky it was me that got you, because I'm gonna let this shit go, and I'm giving you a warning. Do not get caught with this shit, because there are other motherfuckers that'll fucking nail your ass to the wall on some little shit like this, some little shit, and this shit ain't really shit. This you could literally have this go two ways. You could say you was trying to smoke this, or you was trying to sell it, but they always try to pin sell on your ass. Notice the drug issue in the white community with heroin is an epidemic. In the black community, they were fucking criminals. Notice that shit. When it was black people shooting up heroin, they were fucking criminals. But now that they're like stay-at-home moms and doctors and dentists being addicted to fucking heroin because the price of fucking all those fucking prescription pills have gone up. Now it's an epidemic. People like getting high, period. That's just the way of the world. I don't give a fuck what. There's people in every race, every religion, don't matter. Motherfuckers like getting high. Right? But when it doesn't fit their agenda, when it doesn't fit their agenda, well, based on their agenda, I should say, that determines what their actions are. So if minorities are all doing drugs, we got to build a drug task force, right? Got to build a drug task force. We got to go into these homes, fucking bang down these doors, arrest all these motherfuckers, put them in jail, right? minorities, people of color, I should say, do this shit. When white people get caught with fucking drugs and shit like that, that shit don't happen like that. What they do, it's an epidemic, and they build rehab clinics. Right? It's fucked up both ways. But the way in which they approach that shit, like, I'll tell you one thing, as a black man, I've never heard of a black man without money that has ever gone to rehab for drugs. Jail, yes. Rehab, hell no. You ever notice that? You're like, oh, such and such, yeah, she had a drug addiction. She went to rehab. Oh, okay. But it's usually a white person. I never heard of a black person getting off and being sent to rehab. The judge is never like, oh, you're a good citizen. Oh, you know, because they always assume that, especially if somebody's poor or if you don't have money, oh, you are fucked. Because they automatically assume wealth with innocence. Like, they assume if you are poor, that you are of low morals, you are no good, and the only way you can be fixed is by prison. If you are rich and are caught doing similar crimes as far as drugs, they automatically assume that you just have an issue that needs to be resolved by rehab. I don't know why they do that shit. I mean, why I haven't, you know, I know why they do that shit, but you know, it is what it is, you know. It sucks. And it's done in multiple layers. It's not just one. Like to be honest, if it was just like, oh, just don't do drugs and don't do crime, what, motherfuckers would never complain about cops ever. Listen, if getting shot by a cop required you to only be a criminal, black people wouldn't complain. I swear to God, they would not. Nobody would complain. It'd be like, yo, look, listen. If the police came out and said the only reason why we will shoot you is because if we feel that you have a gun and you are a criminal. But okay, cool. But the problem is, they could just be like, well, we feel you all got guns and are criminals. You're like, well, what the fuck? Like always? Remember when the doctor got pulled out of the car midday? Got fucking pulled out of the car. Get the fuck out of the car, you nigga. Doctor. It's like, oh shit. God, they did this motherfucker. He went to medical school. Wasn't speeding. They just, you know, I don't know why he had like a BMW or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he was driving. Some expensive shit. Fucking threw that motherfucker out of the car. Shit's crazy, bro. But there's a lot of issues, man. You know, and equality is becoming a dirty word because it depends. I think that people of color and people that are awake look at equality different, right? Like people that have, like, understand this. People with money aren't worried about equality. People that have opportunities are not worried about equality. White people that have money and equality and opportunity are not worried about equality for everybody. They'll be the first ones to tell you everybody should be equal. Be like, I don't understand why this shit's going on. Everybody, but you know who does have an issue with that? People that don't have the opportunities, right? Because a lot of times I think people forget about white people that are broke. Like, there's this like mindset that like every person that's white is like some rich person. Nah, it don't work like that. That's why a lot of people get upset when people say white privilege, because they feel like white privilege, I'm fucking broke. How the fuck if I have white privilege? And it's not, and white privilege doesn't exist as like how you you know, you're white, so automatically you have $20,000 in your pocket like all day, every day. And like, no, it's not that. It's the fact that, you know, when you do ascend, like if you have like America's the land of the opportunities, right? So once you've acquired the opportunity to be able to do better for yourself and become, you know, rich enough to take care of your family, all that shit, you don't have to deal with police brutality. Nobody's fucking following you in the store thinking that you're gonna steal some shit, right? I mean, shit, cats that are athletes, especially football players, shit, they got shit to do because like basketball players, they're tall, so people automatically assume, oh, you're tall, you're a basketball player. Football players aren't necessarily tall, and some of them, you know, come in all shapes and sizes and shit, and on top of it, they wear helmets all day. So for people to really recognize them, you damn near have to walk around with your phone out and your highlight reel playing. Like, this is me. And then people won't fucking harass you like, oh, okay, now he's good. He can pay for his shit. You know, he's not a criminal. But like, that shit ain't like that for everybody. You know, and that's where a lot of people have issues. And sometimes, you know, that's where the divide is. I think a lot of white people, especially that aren't, you know, really doing well as far as financially, really take exception to people talking about white privilege because they don't feel like they're benefiting from that white privilege. You know, they don't feel it, so they feel like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? White privilege, yo, look where the fuck I'm at, man. This shit sucks. You know, this shit sucks. You know, I see this black guy on TV. He's a fucking millionaire, and I'm fucking living in shit. And this guy is crying about black people getting shot. Motherfucker, at least you have shit. Like, I don't got shit. And that's where you have the dividing mindsets. Because this guy is struggling on some other shit, but he's not understanding that a lot of these black guys came from the same shit that they came from. But the problem is, once they get wealthy, they're still stuck exactly where he is, and he's fucking broke. That's the crazy part. Like, how that shit is crazy. Like, you would think like you made all this money, you did everything you were supposed to do, you strove for greatness, and yet and still you're still fucking stuck at the same spot as somebody else who didn't do shit. You know, whether or not it was their fault, their, you know, they're the fault of themselves or not. You know, and that's really where a lot of those issues come from, man. You know, I mean, because yeah, like I said, man, some people look at inequality different, man. They look at it as like, equality is like, some people think like, I think most minorities or people of color look at it like, well, that, you know, equality means that I'll be judged based on my merits. I'll be judged based on my performance. You know, I won't be harassed by the cops. Like, they won't shoot me just because I'm brown or I'm black or whatever, right? That's what equality really means to people of color. You know, and I think that for some white people, you know, equality means, wait, you mean you're gonna treat me like them? Fuck that shit. Listen, I get it. I'm against people getting hurt and dying and shit. But if equality means that the cops are gonna harass all of us, fuck that. I'm sorry, Tyrone, but you're gonna have to bite the bullet on that one because I can't take it. I come from a long line of alcoholics and heart and heart disease. I'm cracking my. Oh shit. Fucking talk so long, my throat got dry and shit. shit. But yeah, man, that's really what. But to be honest, we gotta have the conversation. What the fuck? Hold on. Hello. Hey, Uncle, I'm busy right now. Can I hit you back? All right. Thanks. Oh shit. But yeah, man, the conversation has to be had, man. I think people been avoiding it too long. I think both sides need to listen to the other side. That's my biggest issue. I hate, like, look, man, arguments are cool. I love a good debate, but you gotta listen to both sides. Even if you don't agree, you gotta listen, because there's no common ground that's going to be understood if you're just fucking yelling into an echo chamber. It's never gonna happen. Even if you completely disagree with the other side, you have to fucking listen, because only when everybody gets their grievances out and talks about exactly what their issues are can you really come to a common ground of understanding how to move forward. But the whole, I'm not going to let you talk when you come to my area, and you're not going to let me talk when I come over there, and fuck you and fuck that, like, this shit's not going to work. Nothing's going to change. The shit going to be the same. All right. You know, nothing's going to change. You know, I like the whole, like, when people, this is the thing I hate. I hate when somebody comes to like a forum and somebody says something they disagree with, and what do? They walk the fuck out. And I'm like, why? The conversation needs to be had. You can't just walk the fuck out. You can sit there and not agree with everything they're saying, but you leaving doesn't fucking change shit. You got to be able to sit down and have conversation. Like, and people constantly avoiding it because it's like the fucking ripping of the band-aid. It's like, yo, it's like, yo, you have a cut on your arm and you just threw a band-aid on that bitch. You ain't tend to it yet, and that shit is festering. Now that shit is infected. But you got a band-aid on it. You thinking as long as the band-aid's on it, it's gonna be fine. No, bitch. It's still infected. It's spreading. That band-aid ain't doing shit. You're just ignoring it. So it's time to take that fucking band-aid off, as much as it hurts, as sucky as it is, and it's time to have the fucking conversation. Because only then can you find the remedy to the situation. It's the only way it's gonna happen. You know? That's the only way. And there's stuff people on both sides ain't gonna like to hear. This, because guess what? As much as people say that there's white people that benefit from the poverty of black people, guess what? There are black people that benefit from the poverty of black people too. There are black people that benefit from, you know, all these different social groups that they do. You know, having to be like, oh, I built this group, you know, so we could, you know, uplift the, you know, certain individuals in crisis, you know, due to social inequities and stuff like that. Guess what? They're going to benefit. They get grants. These people get money. But when you fix the problem, that shit that used to be a cash cow for them is dried up. They got to find something else. That shit ain't going to work no more. You know? So you got to watch out for motherfuckers like that too, man, that are invested in fucking misery. Because some people are. And they be like, look, I'm all about black people finding, and minorities in general, you know, getting their equal rights, but not if it's about fucking with my money, baby. Fuck that. Some people like that shit. But if your misery gets me dollars, I'll take dollars over your misery any day. Well, yeah, man. But yeah, it's a I don't know. It's interesting. Every area has their own issues. You know, America has racism. India still has classism. Um, I don't know if racism actually plays a well. Obviously, everybody's well, not everybody. You have different dialects and different religions within India, obviously. But I do know that, like most places, we have this light skinned lightning of the world. You know, the lighter you are, the better you're treated. That goes for most places. You know, I mean, because I'm not gonna act like me being light skinned doesn't mean nothing. It does. I don't get harassed by the cops nearly as much as my family members do. Nowhere near it. My cousin, my boys, they get pulled over religiously. Shit, I don't remember the last time I was pulled over. That's a crazy thing, right? I don't remember the last time I was pulled over by the cops. But I'm telling you, like it's so bad that like when we drive down south, it's no either so it's gotta be me or my other boy who looks basically he looks Asian or my brother they gotta drive, right? Like we can't have my other boy E drive. He's too dark. They're gonna harass his ass. We can't have my other boy Key drive because he also too dark. He gonna get harassed. You know, like the shit was crazy. Like driving down just to fucking Florida, you get pulled over 3 straight times within fucking 20 minutes of each time. It's like yo, you can't, man. We never gonna get there. You know, so it's just like shit is what it is, boy. It sucks. I don't know. I mean, hopefully we'll figure it out in my lifetime. hopefully, hopefully. Like to me, the thing is that the funny thing is like I was never really brought up on judging people on race because my family's so fucking diverse, and it's probably one of the biggest reasons for it. And it's not even that we're not all black. We're just all different shades of it. That's the crazy part. Like my aunt, I've known her for however long. I never asked questions. I didn't know she was black. I thought she was just some white lady that my uncle married. I had no idea that she was black until I met her mother, like when I was like 15. I was like, "Oh, that's your mom?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm Creole." I was like, "Oh, the white as hell." Just thought she was white. My cousins look Latino. You feel me? They're black too, all of them, but they look Hispanic. My little brother looks Jewish. I mean, I had that conversation with Flip. He was like, Jewish isn't a race, it's a religion. Flip, I know what you mean, but I'm just saying people that I forget what the fuck. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's probably because I'm so fucking tired. But like people, a certain area of the Jewish religion have a distinct look, and that's the look that he has. All right, that's all I'll say. Like I would say like Seth Rogen. He kind of looks like Seth Rogen's skinny brother. All right, I'll put it that way. Okay. But yeah, man, it's I think because of that diversity, I just always looked at people for who they are instead of like what they what they look like. I've had friends of all shades, all colors. I mean, shit, my boys are like United Nations. One guy is Guyanese, which is basically he's Indian, but even though his family's from Guyana. I got one other friend that's Guatemalan, other friends that are Egyptian, other friends that are Haitian. I'm Native American and Black and Irish. My other friend who's Italian. See what I'm saying? Like, we're all over the place. So when you hang out with people just that all look different, you just get a wider view of what the world is. And you pretty much just start judging people on who they are versus just saying, oh, okay, this person's that way because whatever racial stereotype you believe. Because I'll tell you one thing, man, especially as being a teacher, I've been teaching for a while. Stereotypes are a motherfucker, man. Because I'll tell you one thing. I met people like, you always hear that Asians are like great at math and they're all awesome at math. I'll tell you one thing, that is not fucking true. As many students as I've taught, not every Asian student I've ever had is great at math. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Right? It really just depends on the individual, man. Listen, I'm students of all kinds of different backgrounds. I never really judged them on who I thought they were. You judge them based on what they do. Which a teacher should do anyway. You basically give them guidelines and then see how it falls, over time, like how they follow those guidelines, especially as a math instructor. Like, look, I'm teaching you this is how you do it. For the most part, math is all about just following directions. For the most part, yes, there's thinking involved, and you got to understanding the right applications of certain algorithms, but for the most part, it's still about following directions, understanding the rules. What do you do in this situation versus that situation? That's basically what you do. But it'd be good, man. It'd be good. I think America's it's going through some growing pains. That's all it is. It's really going to have to deal with it. It sucks that we had to have Trump to really jumpstart this, unfortunately. But I think, as much as he is embarrassing to have as a president at times, like he's almost like a drunk uncle that you just don't know what the fuck he'll say at any given time. It's like, oh my God, this motherfucker wild to get shit. Why is this motherfucker always drunk? But that's how he acts, man. He acts like a drunk uncle. So, as much as it sucks that we had to have him in order to kind of even really push forward this conversation, at least it's starting to be had. And I think that's an important part. But people got to be willing to hear it and stop living in, trying to live with their eyes closed. But anyway, this is your boy Live. I know it took it to a serious note. Normally, I don't go that serious. I keep it like, fuck you ponies and all your bullshit ass PlayStation games type shit. But, I just felt it had to be said, talked about. Because, unfortunately, a lot of these other dudes ain't saying shit about it. for the whatever reason don't matter. This the reason I ain't judging nobody, but sometimes you just felt compelled to say some shit, start a conversation, have some dialogue. But anyway, this is your boy Live, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's up, Stick Figures, Cypher Man, David Johnson, who came in here and listened for a spell. Pettyway, what's going on? Zinks, well, other Zink. DJ Sing, Foolish Canadian. Who else is up in here? You got Michael up in here. Mike Chiricello. And even crazy ass Andrew Wilkins up in here with the Mystique Fox. I don't know what you were saying. They talk about tough online, but in reality, they are pussies. Oh shit! I don't know. Somebody got tiny. He said somebody has tiny penis syndrome. Shit. J1TM. What's going on? Let's see what else is up in here. Michael Smith, what's good? Yo, man, you gotta hit me up on Xbox, man. Oh, you got Bats up in here. What's going on, Bats? Kelvin, what's up? All right, but that's everybody. Last one, Quentin, what's going on? But this is your boy Live, man. It was good talking to y'all, but I'm out. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.